Hi, welcome back to my channel. When's the last time that you made your own clothes? For me, it had been about a year. I made a dress last year for my friend's masquerade ball backyard party. Everyone was wearing prom dresses and I was wearing this like really messily made like a zero waist pattern dress. But it was really nice and very danceable, and it really got me into making my own stuff, and it had been something I'd been wanting to do more often, but I was like, I don't have a sewing machine, and like I haven't sewn in a while. I don't know if I remember how. But if you just take sewing one step at a time, then it ends up being a pretty doable process. You know? I feel like a lot of schools had a home ec class growing up. You've probably made like maybe a pair of pajama pants, or maybe you had a relative who sewed growing up and showed you some ropes and stuff, or maybe you're someone who sews all the time. But even if you're someone who hasn't sewn at all, I think you ought to give it a try, and I think maybe finding this video must be your sign to start. I think the biggest thing that deters me from sewing most of the time is that I don't have my own sewing machine. And when I was back in Hamilton and I wanted to make this dress, I just asked around a little bit, and one of my friend's moms, actually the person who was hosting the party, had a sewing machine, and I was able to borrow that from them. And so the sewing machine is only part of the process. Like, you can cut out all your patterns before, and then maybe you can borrow someone's sewing machine for a day or two, or maybe there's a place that lets you rent like in-house or something, I don't know. But if you put a blast on Instagram stories, I feel like you could probably find a couple leads when it comes to a sewing machine. This summer in the Netherlands, I really wanted to make the most practical skirt ever. And my friend Wietske sews a lot. She's really talented. And I know how to sew. I could make a skirt, but Wietske's got the eye for detail and the technique. So we really put our minds together and collaborated on this skirt. We spent a full day in our friend's studio and just worked our butts off on this skirt, and ended up with certainly the most practical skirt I've ever owned in my life. And I'm so happy about it. It's awesome. I wanted the skirt to be super flowy, so we used a lot of fabric, and that just ended up being the most challenging part, was just the amount of fabric to manage. But other than that, the skirt is super simple. It's literally a rectangle, a waistband, and optional pockets. And if you get lazy, you don't gotta do the pockets. So that's good. And I feel like making your own clothes is just so liberating in a world where everything is so readily made for us, at least in the parts of the world that I live in. It's nice to go back to our practical human skills and just make something ourselves. And yeah, I have plans with Wietske. We want to make a matching top for it. And when you get to wear a garment that you made yourself, you can look in the mirror and feel just a little bit more proud of how you're looking that day. And if someone says, oh, I like your skirt, you can be like, yeah, I made it. It's no big deal. And it's just exciting, and it's exciting that you made it, and then you can talk to people more about making things, and maybe you can make something with them. It just opens so many doors for conversation and connection. And yeah, I think you ought to do it. And I think it's a process that's fun to have alone or to do with a friend. I definitely feel closer to Wietske after spending all that time with her in the studio, and like after like hour 5, we definitely started to just get like tired and quiet. But I think being able to suffer through those tired moments with a friend just opens a new passage of your friendship. And now I have this beautiful artifact that I can carry around with me for the rest of my life if I want to remind me of that lovely day. And yeah, the friendship that I have with Wietske, and also with the people who were also in the studio that day. When you make a garment yourself, it holds so much more than just a wearable purpose. It's also just a memory and proof that you can make things. So let's get into the tutorial.
The other way around. So yeah. And then I can cut a meter. There you go. That would be about here. Cool! That's fine.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be, we want a piece of fabric of 120 wide, and this is 173 times 2 is 146. So that's 146 is 26, 26 divided by 2 is 13, so we need to cut 13 centimeters off the edge. Proper way, because actually we should just draw a nice line and then, cut along the line, but we don't have chalk, so doing it like this. But to all the sewists out there, don't do this.
Good job. Just go at it.
Go at it, go at it.
Graceful.
To determine whether your fabric has a right and a wrong side, because
Right.
you need to have the right side on the right side.
Yeah.
But I think with this fabric it doesn't really matter, or I can't see a difference anyway. So that's really easy, so
Yeah.
then we don't need to worry about it. Good. This is one piece, and this is the other piece. Yeah. The hole here, that's the width of the entire skirt.
Whoa. Nice.
So this is what the elastic is gonna bunch together at the waist.
Wow.
So you'll have a really flowy.
Cute.
Yeah. First things first is that we're gonna sew a French seam. Meaning that we'll encase the seam within another seam. And to do that, we're gonna sew one side to one side. And if you would do it, if you would have a right and a wrong side, then what's different here is that you would sew, you would already sew the wrong sides together. So if you would, and that would mean, in sewing it's weird because you want to have the nice looking thing on the outside, but because the seam is encased and you do the same thing twice, because you're sewing the wrong sides together, now they'll end up on the right side, so it will be fine, and the seam will look really nice.
Right.
So that's what we'll do. Pin this together. But I always do the pins like this, so you can sew over them.
Yeah.
Because if you pin it together like this, you have to keep putting them out, and that's not so nice. So we're just gonna match. So then you know that they're even, and then you just find the middle. And we're gonna make the first line quite a small sew. So we're gonna sew like around maybe half a centimeter from the edge. 7 millimeters will also work, whatever the width of your foot is. That's probably the easiest marker. And then once you've sewn that first line all the way from the top to the bottom, you flip it the other way out. So it's gonna look like this. And then you sew another seam with a slightly bigger end. So that would be maybe a centimeter around. And what would happen is then if you flip it back again, you won't see the seam that you originally made.
Yeah.
So it's really good when you only have a sewing machine, because it's super neat, and it's also a mark. Quite often, like nice shirts, like shirts that you would buy, expensive shirts for men or for women, always have these types of seams. So it always, when I sew something with these seams, it always feels very professional.
Ooh,
So it's quite
okay, nice.
So that's what we're gonna do. So that's the most important part with the sewing, is to remember that you have to sew the first seam smaller than the second one, because otherwise it will peep out. We don't want that.
Right.
Okay, it's probably enough.
Yeah.
First seam we're gonna sew, we'll do it alongside the foot, the presser foot. And then the second one is once when we're gonna encase the first seam we just sewed. will be 1 centimeter from the middle. So I just drew a line here because the sewing machine doesn't have a marking, which is fine. Then this is around 1 centimeter from the edge. Yeah, very good. Whoa. And just like you're shifting one of your hands, keep also shifting the other. Right. But don't think too much about it because you'll like, I have too many hands.
Yeah. Like water, just like water.
Yeah, very good. Here we go. Yeah, you have to just always touch the fabric and then it will be alright. Perfect. Great. Now we're gonna do some ironing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so seam is here. We have got fabric on both sides. So what we can do when we iron is that we push the seam to one side, and then on the inside we will get a really nice finish.
Pretty.
So that's what we're gonna do right now.
Okay, great.
Always good to have steam. And then we'll just push it to the side. Actually, you want to pull on two sides at the same time.
Oh. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
Oh, okay.
Right. This is the raw edge of the fabric. So this would be also if you were if you would have a fabric where the nice print, you have one nice print on the outside and not so nice print on the inside, or it's less visible, like your fabric would have a right side and this would be the right side, so your seam would be on the right side of your fabric. But we're gonna twist it now, pull the inside out. So now we would have the wrong side right now. I put my index finger in here and then with my thumb and other finger you kind of like push the edge over. And this always takes quite a long time, especially because we have a lot of fabric now.
Right.
So, yeah, stop it. And that's so again. Pull this in place. Okay. Pull it back. Like this. Oh. No, it doesn't work. Does it sew back? No? Okay. Yeah, it's a bit thicker than what we want, but it's fine.
Maybe the other side will be perfect.
Exactly. It's good.
Hopefully better than
We're
too
sewing
small.
French seam for the first time.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see it. It got a little bit thicker as I went.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, next seam. Very good, Tiara. Thank you. You're rocking the seam. Thank you. Turn down about 1 centimeter at first. And then we're gonna do 4 centimeters. And then we're gonna sew it up here. And also here. So I always finger press it a bit first. And then I just go with my thumb do it exactly the same way, and then usually it's fine in terms of distance. Take the iron out.
Okay.
We just sewed down the sides here. So what we do now is that we take this pocket and we twist the corners inside out. And what happens is that now we don't see the raw edge because the raw edge is encased within the fold. And we already have a little bit of a guide here for our seam. It's too small. So, around 4. We're making a tunnel and then testing them.
Cute. And it's consistently a little. Oh, this one's a little.
So I'm just gonna put pins in to mark the gap, basically.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to be as close to the edge as possible, but you don't want to go over. So
Right.
that's the challenge.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
What I usually do is that I pick a point on the foot where you keep your eyes and then make sure that the fabric always goes there. But like the edge is just a good guide. So you just follow it and make sure you stay on it.
Okay, great.
So now, yeah, first just at the same place and then start stitching, and then when you get to the other pin, stop.
Okay.
And then also, you know, stitch in the same place and then stop. So
Right.
yeah. Good.
Okay. Ready.
Ready? Yeah, I think it's good for showing this long skirt.
Okay.
Going there.
There it is.
Going to be 21 centimeters down from the top, and then we want them 17 centimeters from the center seam. Wow. Which I just did. Just put it down like that.
Wow.
To make sure that you only have one side of the skirt. And sew 2 sides together accidentally. Yeah, we'll start here. And then we sew a diagonal line up here. We go back. We go down. Along this edge. Along this edge. A little bit in. And then diagonally down again. To
Right.
the line. And then it's stuck.
Right.
So it won't come off.
And this one's all the way up and then turn.
And then we do the turn.
Lots of skirt. One day I'll just make a mini skirt and it'll be like so nice.
Yeah, I think this model would work. Would be a bit weird if you cut it short.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have a very big mini skirt.
Yeah. To put weight on the bottom or something. That's good. Yay! Woohoo! Yeah! And then we would have.
Can always make it tighter.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah?
Okay.
Great. The big safety pin.
Whoa.
And then I'm gonna put that through. And then gonna look for the hole that we left in the casing, which was here. And then we're just gonna feed it through until we get to the other side.
Yes.
Just put it in place, just to make sure that we don't lose it somewhere
Yeah.
in the tunnel. Yeah, and you want to make sure you don't twist the elastic, so
Yes.
because otherwise you're gonna twist it waist. Uncomfortable. Looks good, Yana.
Yeah, we did it. Cool. I feel like it will be good to.
Yeah, no, it needs some length.
Yeah, I think this as like a super long skirt looks a little bit like Mennonite.
Like during a period.
Yeah.
add 4 centimeters onto that because you want to fold over 1 centimeter and then 3 centimeters again, because then you'll have a wide seam.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that plus 4. Yeah, we want to chop 7 centimeters off.
Okay.
So we're gonna just put the seams together at the sides. Yeah. And then you peel a little down, yeah, and then you twist. Doesn't matter which way you want to go. Yeah, that's good. Very good. Bit more. Yeah. Oh my god.
Woo!
It's finished.
We did it.
Yeah. Lift up. Got the threads. Now you can do a spin.
Yay. Spin test. It spins. It has pockets. It's very flowy. Wait. Let me see.
Wait, sorry.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is exciting.
Happy?
Yeah, I'm content.
Good.
I hope you enjoyed that tutorial and that it was helpful and a good start for you, and it been inspiring to get you in the mood to make a garment. Yeah, I had a lot of fun collaborating with Wietske on this, and I hope you might have a collaborator in mind, or maybe just excited to have a solo project to do. If you happen to make the skirt that we made, let me know. I'd love to know. And if you make something different, also let me know. I want to know. I'm also going to be sharing this tutorial on my website, Volvox Observer, which is like a creative community publication that I run. You can explore all that. But yeah, if you share pictures and blurbs about what you made after watching this, I'll add it to the posts that we have going on that website as well. So that'll be a fun thread. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. I'll see you next week. And go check out Volvox Observer if you want. Okay, bye.